Right, as things become more challenging, it's going to be more important for us to be ready. And one of the things I like to do, is something just a habit I have. I make sure that I'm armed when I'm at home. If I'm sitting down watching TV, it's right on my hip. Spare mags as well. This is something that I do. And when I'm in the bathroom, it's right there with me. When I go to bed at night, it's right next to me. So you just never know when a home invasion might happen. And if it does happen, you want to be as prepared as possible. You don't want to have to run to the next room to get your gun to be prepared. So these are just some things I do. I actually ordered some guide rods for this Glock 30. Actually, I have two of them, so I'm gonna get a couple of guide rods. These guide rods go to my Glock 21. This is the home defense gun. It has a light on it. So if I was in a situation, if things became dangerous to the point where I felt like there's a lot of civil unrest in the area, I would make sure this is readily available to me, especially at night. But even now, I do have a flashlight. This is my everyday carry flashlight. So this is more like a utility knife, but it's something that is available to me. I do have some knife sharpeners as well. And I try to make sure I put the knife and the flashlight in the same location when I leave. So I know that, hey, the flashlight's usually up here. The knife is usually right behind it. So I do wear tactical pants. So sometimes I put the flashlight and the knife down here in the tactical pants. This Glock 21, these mags can go in the Glock 30. In fact, I have one in it right now. A little X grip on there. So the holster is made by Vetter. So I'm gonna make sure those are the spare parts that I'm gonna have. Because one time somebody asked me what type of spare parts should I go with, and that's what I work with. I'm thinking about just using this and putting this on my Glock 30, my ADC. I'm thinking about doing that, but then I have to order a whole new holster, and I hate doing that. And I'm just not interested in spending that money yet. But I still have plenty of good defensive ammunition. One important thing to keep in mind as far as emergency preparation is reassessment. Assessing where you are, what you have, and what you need. And that means looking at your resources, looking at your emergency preps, your food, your water storage, and seeing how much you have and its condition. Because if you don't, you can have a situation where certain items are damaged or compromised and you don't even know it until there's an emergency, until there's a crisis, and you don't want that to happen. You want to know ahead of time so you can take corrective action. So in this video, I want to talk about some of the things I like to do every quarter, something you can do every month or so, just to get a good idea of how your items are doing and just reevaluate what you actually need. You know, one time I looked at my radio and I noticed that my battery is pretty much gone. And I didn't realize that the radio was on nonstop. It just had the volume down. Little things like that is really important when it comes to emergency items, because if the grid goes out, like the lights go out like right now, like what would be my first move? Well, I got a flashlight right here. I can even use this as a light. I can use this as a flashlight as well. I'm always carrying a flashlight. So just little things like that, and make sure that stuff works. So there's been times when I looked at my EDC flashlight and it didn't work because the battery burnt out. I inadvertently hit the switch. So that's another thing to keep in mind as well. So I keep backup flashlights in my vehicle as well. So something to think about. So today we're going to talk about reviewing your items. All right, I'm also going to check the water, because I don't want to be in an emergency situation and think I have a certain amount of water. I don't. Actually looks good. Make sure I close this tight. And this is so like a military container. I actually got this at a surplus store. Of course, I have a lot of water from Walmart and some freeze-dried food. That's like a portable toilet right there. I definitely want to look over my first aid trauma gear as well, because sometimes that stuff gets damaged and you don't really realize it. This is a quick clock, gauze, chest seal, tourniquet, compressed gauze, some more of these items in there, some gloves. Definitely look at my magazines, make sure they're in decent shape. I look for rust on my AK mags. Seem to be alright. Have to be careful, make sure moisture doesn't destroy some of the items that I do have. It's another chest vent. Press gauze. Seems to be intact. Let me look at the handgun magazines. Glock 21, of course. Look alright. These are mags from my Glock 17, a 9mm. Seem to be alright. Here's some extended mags for the Glock 17. Has some Hornady ammo inside. Again, the ammunition seems to be fine for the 45 as well. Alright, let's move on to the food. Gotta get some more sugar, but anyway, some more salt. I got a little bit of oatmeal, some rice, a lot of MREs, meals ready to eat. I don't look over every one, but I do look and see if there's any holes in them, see if any creature's been eating them. This is actually dehydrated food right here, the aftershock preparedness stuff. And this Mountain House stuff is actually freeze-dried food. Got the stove up there with the fuel, some more freeze-dried food back there. Some more down here, some more dehydrated food as well. Some rice, some more down there. Got some fruit. Just want to remember what I have. The cans seem all right. All right, guys, that's all I have for you right now. I hope you guys take the time to look at your emergency preparations and see what type of changes you need to make. So don't forget the future belongs to those who prepare for it today.